What is going on, squad? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking all things Europe's Strongest Man. It still feels weird saying that. So in just over 2 weeks' time, I will be competing at the Leeds First Direct Arena in Europe's Strongest Man. Going in as a reserve, obviously Wide Pavlo pulled out, so not so wide Padlo as I'm going to get that flying, is stepping in. A huge, obviously off of my performance at Brits, I've got the call up, which is really, really exciting. I knew the whole time I was going to be potentially the first reserve, so...
Well, I could wear my own clothes.
We're probably okay.
So I'm like first reserve then?
To get that call up is just exactly what we were hoping for. It's sick for where I am right now. And the events are really, really good for me, which we will get into. But today I just want to sort of talk through like how I'm feeling, how training's going, and am I looking forward to it? Am I nervous, etc., etc., and give you guys a bit of an idea what's going on in my head and in my camp at the minute. And yeah, it's all very positive, guys. So like I say, we're just over 2 weeks away. It's the 20th today, the day of filming. So yeah, it's getting pretty serious. Training is nice and heavy at the minute. We are ramping right up. We haven't had the longest block for this. I guess I got called up sort of 3-4 weeks ago. So it's not like a full prep that I would have had for something like Britain's Strongest Man, but we still had a good amount of time. I'm obviously working with John from Strength Forge as my coach at the minute. That will be the case for a long, long time. Me and John get on very, very well. And we've had a lot of success so far. So John's going to be coming along on the day, again, just like last time. And Will is still doing my nutrition. That's Will Clark, Coach Clark. I'll pop both those guys' details down below. But that is who is in charge of my team, basically. And obviously I've got my physio. Rob Frampton is always around on the day to help me out as well. So I'm very well taken care of. I just do what I'm told. And we're trying to go into this one a little bit heavier. The events are not more static, but just genuinely heavier, and like that body weight isn't going to hold you back at this one. There's not an event like the steeplechase at Brits that, you know, my fitness and lightness really prevailed. There's not really anything there that I'm going to benefit going in light for me. So we're still trying to creep up the body weight to around like 130. I'm doing consistently about 6,700 calories a day at the minute, and it is starting to like creep up now. So it's very, very lean still. There's very little fat in that diet, so there's still room to scale it. Like if we do just have a show where we need to put on mass, then obviously we bring the fats and stuff in. But at the time being, still feel really athletic. My conditioning work's still very good. But like I say, I am now competing with some big boys, so it's a time where I need to put some weight on and just basically come in as strong as I can. The thing that won't be coming in as strong as Brits is this moustache. We've only had 4 weeks call up, but she's nice and thick, but it's not going to be like down here. But we'll deal with that. It's gonna do the best it can. So yeah, overall, guys, I'm sure you can tell I am feeling very, very good. I'm feeling very confident as well. Confident, but just excited. Like I'm not confident as in like I'm going to go and win Europe's Strongest Man. I'm confident that on these events I can put a good show in for myself. And I've told a lot of people I think these events are probably better for me than the Britain's events. The overhead medley that we're beginning with starts with a dumbbell. It starts at 90 kilo dumbbell. We've got to do for 2 reps. My dumbbell's in a real good place. So like, I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but like, unless something goes horribly wrong, I am going to rep the dumbbell fine. We then move on to 150 kilo safe press, which is like a yoke press. It's how we've been training it. You will have seen from previous videos, such as this one up here, that we are training split jerks pretty hard. That is the plan with the safe press. We're going to go up to Darren's yard, hopefully, in the next few weeks and get a feel on the kit. But I've been split jerking 150 yokes like no problem. It's obviously stabilizing them is pretty tricky, but the actual movement feels fine. I'm split jerking most days. It's getting to the point now where it's like the enjoyment of like learning a new skill has worn off, and it's just like repetition, repetition, repetition. But it's not bad, especially like I thought it would take longer to learn than it did. And I think both Chloe and John sort of were positively surprised about like how naturally that's come to me. So I'm super, super excited to get to show that off. Like I think 1 or 2 reps on the safe press would be amazing for me. That to me is the hardest object in that medley. We then have a log and an axle. I can't remember which way round they are, but a 150 axle and a 150 log isn't an issue for me. And my conditioning should hold up. But to be honest, like my expectation is 2 reps on the dumbbell. And then if I nail a rep on the safe press, I'll be quite happy. So I'm under no illusion that I'm going to go and storm through this medley like I think quite a few of the guys are going to be able to. My hope is that worst case scenario, I'll get 2 reps on the dumbbell. I am then going to be so fresh because that will basically be like doing nothing. Whereas where this medley in its entirety is really, really tough, that a lot of the top guys on that event will sort of gas out, or not gas out, but it will impact them more than me. And like a fresh Paddy on the next 4 events is pretty dangerous in my opinion. So hopefully like some of the bigger guys they'll just feel it a bit more from that first event. And we know how quick the turnaround is. So any points I can pick up on this event, the better. So, you know, if I pip 1 or 2 people, that's realistically what I'm expecting. So it's going to be a slow start for me, but it is what it is. We've done that millions of times. Like we'll start slow and then hopefully we should ramp up on this one. Again, I haven't had the event order confirmed yet, guys. So there is that to think about. As far as I'm aware, we're starting with the press medley and then it's shield carry. Shield carry is one of my favorite events. It's nice and heavy. I've done this shield at OSG Europes where I just sort of did enough to win. So Flynn at Europe, this is last year or the year before, 2023, I think it was. Flynn did about 50 meters and I went a little bit further, 53, 54 and put it down. Certainly feel like I had more on the day there. So realistically, anything over 60 meters for me would be a good effort on this shield, I think. And I think that will be enough to be in the top sort of 3 to 5. You just don't know. If someone like Kielaskowski and like Pav turn up on form, even Paro Dwyer is really, really good at stuff like shield. So this field is really good at shield. That was a cool little rhyme. So again, this is why like for this comp, I'm trying not to like base my expectations on positions. Just for me, like if I can get a PB on the shield, which is anything above about 53 meters, I think it was, then I'm happy. I'll be even happier if I get in the top 1 or, you know, top 3. But front carries for me, historically, very good event. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
We are pulling you away from this video very quickly to remind you to check out the merch website if you haven't done already. We've got beanies, t-shirts, we've got loads of new stuff coming, salts and chalk as well. These are the products I use every day. Please go and check it out. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, come join Team Paddy and look fresh.
Next event is the carry into drag. So it's a 110 anvil like we had at Brits 2024. Carry that down, chuck it down one end, and then we're dragging a chain backwards. The chain is heavy. I think it's like 350 kilos, something like that, but you can't really lean into it because the chain gets in the way of your feet and stuff like that. So super excited for that. Like, I think being from the running background, like that should benefit me. Like I've got quite strong quads. My legs shouldn't blow out like some of the bigger guys. It's just whether I have enough body weight to put behind this chain. Obviously, being like one of the lighter guys, it's nearly triple my body weight. So, again, really hard one to predict, but like in my head, I should be good at it. But again, hopefully we get to go up to Darren's and have a little bit of play on the kit, and I'll have a better answer for that one. But I certainly feel like I'm one to watch out. I think I can get in the points on that, especially if I've gone out early on the shield and then late-ish, which is my expectation on the drag. That gives me more rest time than everyone else as well. So fingers crossed that's how it plays out. Then we have the deadlift for reps. That setup is my bread and butter. I love that 350 axle rep setup they have with the big globes. It just feels awesome to me. My suit just fits me so well, and I've put in a good performance. Last comp I did it at was the World Open, and Mitch Hooper was the only person to beat me on that. So that confidence is amazing, like to go into the event with. Like, don't get me wrong, like guys are putting up bigger and bigger numbers all the time. So I'm not taking it for granted by any means. Obviously, I'm against Rauno Heinler as well, who is just one of the best deadlifts in the world. So if I can sort of make him work, that is my goal on that. But I would like to come minimum second on the deadlift. I know that's a big statement at Europe's Strongest Man. Being brutal, I don't think it's the best field of deadlifters at a specific comp there's ever been. They're not bad deadlifters by any means, and I think like the reps will be sort of like 5 to 6, will be absolutely peppered. But I don't see many people in there getting to that sort of 7, 8, 9 mark. where I would like to be. I did 7 at the World Tour Open. So for me, the Strongman Open, sorry, in Birmingham. So for me, I would like to get 1 more than that. Then that's how I'm like monitoring my own progress. So if I can nail 8, I'll be happy. If it gets matched, it gets matched. If it gets beaten, it gets beaten. But for me, that's my expectation on myself, like minimum 7, but we're aiming for 8. Going then, we have the heavy set of At the Stones, which obviously I just came off the win at in Brits. So it'll be super exciting to see how that stands up against like the best in the world. We nailed a 25-second run, I think, at Brits, and that was sort of lap and loading every stone. Definitely think I can take at least 2-3 seconds off that here at Europe's if it goes well. We've recently just rebuilt the stone platform at the farm, so like all the heights are now the top 4 from Giants. The floor's actually solid. You're not like picking up from a hole in the ground, which we were doing before Brits. But I mean, the reality is we only did 2 sessions on At the Stones before Brits as well. So all the training I've been doing on stones is just nailing the first one and the second one, because they're the ones I find the hardest. Obviously, getting 120 kilo stone to basically my eye level height is much more challenging for me than loading the 180 and the 200 at the end of the run to sort of like chest height. So yeah, in a nutshell, I should do pretty well at this comp. The lineup is crazy. Just to run through it one more time. You've got Luke Stoltman, Pablo Kordiaka, Novikov, Kielaskowski's coming back for his first Giants in like 6 years. Myself, Luke Rich, Smoke Stellis, Pyro Dwyer, Rano Heinler, Andre Foytu, Nick Camby, and Andy Flynn. So against people of this level, I never want to like say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I just want to see where I hang with the best in Europe, and I think these events are the best possible opportunity. Obviously, you all know that my goal is to qualify for World's Strongest Man. We missed out at Brits by half a point. So I really feel like if I can go to Europe's this time around, put in a good performance, then it just makes it hard for the GiantsLive guys to be like, to not take me, even as a reserve, or just like to go and get the experience. I would value that so much, just to get the environment, get used to it. I just feel like it'd be an amazing opportunity. So it's a case of when now, guys. That's the main thing. It doesn't feel like a pipe dream I'm chasing anymore. It feels like a case of we will get to World's Strongest Man. It's just a matter of time. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, whether it's the year after, I will be there and I'm not going to stop trying. But if you haven't already, tickets are still available, GiantsLive.com. It is in the Leeds First Direct Arena, the 5th of April. I am super excited. And please, honestly, if you are going, make sure you've got some merch to wear. These oversized t-shirts, my favorite. They're super comfy. So check out the merch site. Again, I'll put a little thing up here, and it all supports me. It makes a huge difference going to these shows and just seeing like purple t-shirts in the crowd or seeing a logo. It just means the world. And please do come and say hi. I'll be meeting everyone, and I will just be on cloud 9, guys, and happy to meet everyone. So if you aren't already, please come along. If not, the live stream will be on officialstrongman.com as usual. Hopefully it's a bit better than it was at Brits. But yeah, I appreciate you all. I hope you've enjoyed this video. But yeah, we are coming to Europe's Strongest Man. Again, as the dark horse, but we are coming in shape and we are coming ready. I feel big, I feel strong, and I feel very fast and dynamic. So it's going to be a fun show. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.